Hello guys. Welcome back to GDT Tech Reviews. In this video we are going to do a detailed review and pick the top 5 best budget DSLR cameras. So let us get started and the review based on our studies and small research. If you have any personal suggestion, do let us know in the comment section. If you are for the first time, don't forget to subscribe and click on the bell icon for more videos. We will be also providing affiliates link to purchase from Amazon. Kindly use to for best offers and purchase from anywhere in the world. So let's get started. The Canon EOS 90D is a mid-range DSLR that replaces the 3.5-year-old 80D and fits between the EOS 77D and the yes, it still exists EOS 7D Mark II. It gains a new higher resolution sensor with excellent raw image quality, and offers competitive live view AF as well as 4K video capture, all in a familiar package. Key features: 32.5 megapixel APS-C CMOS sensor, dual pixel autofocus, 45-point all-cross type AF, 220K pixel metering sensor, W face detection, 7 fps burst shooting, W continuous AF fully articulating, 3 touchscreen display optical viewfinder, W 100% coverage, 4K 30p video capture with no crop, USB 2.0 port with micro USB connector, Wi-Fi plus Bluetooth. The 90D is essentially the DSLR version of the mirrorless EOS M6 Mark II, which was introduced alongside it. Since the specs are nearly identical, it looks like Canon is letting potential buyers choose what type of shooting experience they want: a mid-size DSLR with an optical viewfinder and more physical controls, or a smaller and lighter mirrorless model with a removable electronic finder. And, of course, the difference in native lens lineups between the EF and M mounts could attract different types of users, as well. The Nikon D5600 is a recent member of the Nikon's D5000 series camera club. The D5600 is one step up from the entry-level Nikon D3500, filling the space between that model and the more enthusiast and pro-orientated D7200, D7500 and D500. In one vital respect, though, it's one up on all of them. These D5000 series cameras are the only DX format Nikon SLRs with a vari-angle screen. The range's combination of novice-friendliness, vari-angle screen and small size make it ideal for both first-timer camera users and photography students. The new AF-P18-55mm lens transforms the camera's live view performance. It's still not as fast as a mirrorless camera, but the speed and responsiveness of the live view autofocus is certainly unexpected, and it works really well with the screen's touch control. You can just tap an object in the scene, and the camera will focus on that object and take a picture in a single action. The key new feature in the D5600 is Nikon's wireless snap bridge technology, where the camera maintains a low-power Bluetooth connection with your smartphone or tablet. The snap bridge system is less impressive. It worked fine, if slowly, with the Android smartphone, but the iPhone operating system insists you select a Wi-Fi connection manually. The Nikon D7500 is a mid-range APS-C DSLR that both sits below and borrows a lot from Nikon's APS-C flagship D500, including its 20.9MP sensor, high-res metering sensor, and very probably its image processor. In a lot of ways, it's like a mini D500, which in and of itself is like a mini D5. All three are built for speed. The D7500 gets a 2 fps bump over its predecessor and can shoot 8 fps for an impressive 100 plus JPEGs. That's not quite as fast as the D500 single-quote 10 fps burst, but it's still serious firepower for enthusiasts and serious photographers alike. Its AF system remains the same. Reliable 51-point module from D7200 and D7100. But the new metering sensor should mean better 3D tracking. If you haven't guessed by now, this is a great camera for fast action photography. Key features: 20.9 MP APS-C CMOS sensor 51-point phase detect AF. 8 FPS burst for 100 plus JPEGs or 50 RAWs 180K pixel RGB sensor for metering and subject recognition 3.2 tilting touchscreen LCD. Deeper grip weather sealing. 4K video from 1.5x crop of sensor in camera batch raw processing Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Externally, not much has changed about the D7500 single-S design compared to its predecessor. The D7500. Aside from the model badge, the T8i looks and feels a lot like the T7i that came before it. It's a compact, lightweight SLR with an APS-C format image sensor and compatibility with a huge swath of EF and EFS lenses from Canon, as well as options from third parties like Sigma, Tamron, and Tokina. The long history is a double-edged sword. There are plenty of lenses in the market, both used and new, but Canon is concentrating its future efforts on mirrorless designs, and third parties are following suit. I don't expect to see new lenses for this camera announced in the future. EF 35mm f2 is USM, f2, 1 3200 ISO 100. Canon sells the T8i as a body only for photographers who already own lenses, or bundled with the EFS 18-55mm f4-5.6's STM zoom. The other buttons and dials are as expected. There's a mode dial on top, along with a switch to turn the camera on for still and switch to video mode. Direct function buttons set the focus area, ISO, white balance, and other sundry functions, and Canon includes its on-screen Q menu for access to other functions. The T8i is an SLR, and with it comes an optical viewfinder. A decade ago its smallish, tunnel vision pinter mirror was just what you got with a consumer SLR. If you wanted a better viewfinder, you'd need to spend more on an enthusiast model with a solid glass pentaprism. The Nikon D3500 is a 24-megapixel entry-level DSLR with an APS-C CMOS sensor that is cheaper, lighter, and has a longer battery life than the D3400 that it replaced. It was designed with the new photographer in mind and features a guide mode that will essentially teach you how to shoot in various situations. The D3500 single-S guide mode puts it into an easy-to-use space in the market. This mode makes it easy to tell the camera what kind of scene you are trying to capture and essentially teaches you the basics of photography, such as shutter speed, aperture and exposure compensation along the way. This is a camera that a brand new photographer can pick up and start making decent pictures without a steep learning curve. Key specifications: 24-megapixel APS-C CMOS sensor speed for image processor ISO range of 100-25600 11-point autofocus system through the optical viewfinder shoots continuously at 5 frames per second capable of full HD single-1080-60p video Bluetooth for image transfer 921K. Fixed LCD screen battery rated for 1550 shots.